Evaluate the limit at x go to 0 from the right-hand side of 1 plus sine of 4x raised to the cotangent of x. As x go to 0 from the right-hand side, 1 plus sine of 4x go to 1 plus 0 or 1. And cotangent of x go to infinity at x go to 0 from the right-hand side. This is the indeterminate form of the type 1 raised to infinity, so we can use the L'Hopital rule. To use the L'Hopital rule with the indeterminate power, we would rewrite these limits as e raised to the ln of the given limit 1 plus sine of 4x raised to the cotangent of x. Yes, e and ln canceled out, but we introduced e and ln so that we can bring down cotangent of x to the front of ln. It remains to evaluate this limit. But this is an exponential function, so we can bring the limit inside the function. This is now e raised to the limit at x go to 0 from the right-hand side. We then rewrite cotangent of x as 1 over tangent of x. The numerator is still ln of 1 plus sine of 4x. We still need to check that this is the indeterminate form before we can use the L'Hopital rule. In the numerator, at x go to 0, sine of 4x go to 0, and ln of 1 plus 0 is ln of 1 or 0. In the denominator, tangent of x go to 0 at x go to 0 from the right-hand side. So this is the indeterminate form, 0 over 0. So we can use the L'Hopital rule, but make sure that the base is still e. The limit at x go to 0 from the right-hand side using the L'Hopital rule. Using the L'Hopital rule, we differentiate the numerator and the denominator separately. In the numerator, the derivative of ln is 1 over the argument of ln, which is 1 plus sine of 4x. We then multiply the derivative of the argument of ln. The derivative of 1 is 0. The derivative of sine of 4x is cosine of 4x. And this is the killer part. We still need to multiply the derivative of 4x, which is inside of sine. The derivative of 4x is 4. In the denominator, the derivative of tangent of x is secant squared of x. We then treat this limit as a new limit. This is e, the limit at x go to 0 from the right-hand side, and then we simplified the expression in the exponent. Cosine of 4x times 4 is 4 times cosine of 4x over 1 plus sine of 4x, and then divided by secant squared of x, which is the same as multiplying its reciprocal. The reciprocal of secant squared of x is 1 over cosine squared of x. And all of these are in the exponent still. We still have e as the base. The numerator and the denominators are continuous functions, and so we evaluate the limits of the numerator and the denominator separately. 4 times cosine of 4x would go to 4, because at x go to 0 from the right-hand side, 4x go to 0, and cosine of 4x therefore go to 1. 4 times 1 is 4. In the denominator, 1 plus sine of 4x go to 1 plus 0, because sine of 4x go to 0 at x go to 0. Cosine squared of x would go to 1 as x go to 0. In fact, cosine squared of x go to 1 squared. And so in the denominator, we have 1 plus 0 times 1. So the answer is e to the 4th power. This is the answer to the given limit x go to 0 from the right hand side of 1 plus sine of 4x raised to the cotangent of x.